Derek Purdue Jr. was faced with the biggest decision of his life. I mean, he got an NIL deal from Cincinnati for a $1 million deal, and he could not turn that down, so he did leave Nick Saban and transfer to Cincinnati. I went over it with my family, but I just don't know if this was the right decision for me. Coming from a two-time championship team and going to this team not knowing if we're going to go to that championship could affect my draft stock. Derek Purdue Jr. wanted better for his family now and not wait later, even though he's going to get more money down the run. As you can see, he's dominating early on. Coach said, great practice. You're in no danger of losing that starting position. Going into our home opener against Purdue, I mean, it started off a little slow. I mean, that defense was rallying that ball, and Derek Purdue Jr. could not get up that field. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, he bounced it outside, and he will get up that field with bad intentions to get that first down and more. He is just getting started. We're going into the next play on 1st and 10. We have a read option. He pitches to me. I juke, get up that field with bad intentions, and I will go all the way, but I run him over, and he brings me down. I thought I seen a crease for 6, but I didn't. But going into the next play on 2nd and 3, as you can see, I hit that hole, and oh my God, will I go all the way? Yes, he will. I will outrun this whole defense and go all the way for 6, and that is Derek Purdue, first touchdown. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, I hit that hole, lay that boom on me going for 6. But I mean, this defense just failed to bring me down. But going into the next play on 2nd and 10, I made 2 miss, and I will run him over. Oh my God, and I get up that field. I'm still that man. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I bounce it back outside, and oh my God, I'm breaking tackles and almost go in. But I was just short of that touchdown. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, you know why I'm so special. Boom, catch that ball out of that backfield for 6. Going into the next play on 2nd and inches, just look at the elusive speed that Derek Purdue Jr. has. He will outrun the whole team, but he goes for a pretty big 35-yard rush. Going into the next play on 3rd and 3, I had a stretch, and I will hurdle in that end zone for 6, but they said I wasn't in. As you can see, we're up 42-14, and to put the icing on the cake, Derek Purdue Jr. will take it all the way for 6 to get his team that W. This is an amazing start to the season for Derek Purdue Jr., but as you can see, he ended the game off with 20 carries, 297 yards, and 4 total TDs. Going into our next game against 1-0 Illinois, we have to break their heart. But going into the first play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I had a counter play, and I did not get far, but I got a pretty big 5-yard gain. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, I juke, made a miss, but then I got boomed. That does nothing but make me stronger. On 1st and 10 on this read option, he pitches the ball to me. Oh my God, I made all 4 of them miss, and I will hit that left sideline, but then I get brought down. And that was a spectacular run. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, what I do special is catch that ball out of that backfield, and I juke, get up that field with the bad intentions, and I will go all the way, but he tackles me and bring me down. They need to hit the weight room. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I hit that hole. It was so wide open. This O-line is blocking for me, but I get shoestring. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I catch that ball out of the backfield again, and I boom, ran them both over, but I fall down. As you can see, we going to nail the ball and end these boys the old-fashioned way. We going to win the game, and I end the game off with 21 carries, 148 yards, and no rushing TDs. Into our next game against some bums, FCS East. I mean, it started off intense on 1st and 10. I boomed him, oh my God, and got to that first down with bad intentions. And that stiff arm is filthy. We're going into the next play on 1st and 10. I have a counter play, and I hit the outside and run him over and fight for that first down. Going into the next play on 3rd and 2, they tripped me, and I could not catch my balance. We're going into the next play on 2nd and 8. As you can see, I have a stretch play, and I hit that hole, and I make him miss, and I will go all the way. I juke, make him miss, and I will get up that field with bad intentions, but he shoestrings me at the 1-yard line. On 1st and goal, Derek Purdue Jr. goes in for 6. Going into the next play on 3rd and 4, being an amazing route runner, I'm wide open for the touchdown and catch the ball out of bounds. And I was frustrated. We're going into the next play on 2nd and 9. I had a halfback draw, and I juke, get up that field, and oh my God, I stretched that ball for the touchdown, but they didn't give it to me. On 1st and goal, I will get that touchdown back and go in for 6. But I mean, this is just like a stat game. On 1st and 10, I catch the ball at backfield again and going for another one. I mean, we are now up 36-0. We're going into the next play on this read option. I juke, I break a tackle, and oh my God, I spin and made him miss, and I will get up that field with bad intentions. I see nothing but that end zone, and Derek Purdue Jr. will go all the way for 6. Going into the next play on 2nd and goal, as you can see, he catch the ball out of the backfield again for another touchdown. We're going to blow them out, and I end the game off for 16 carries, 225 yards, and 3 total TDs. Going into our next game against 0-2 Miami, as you can see, it started off a little intense. I was driving up that field and trying to work my way to that first down. I was making sure to find every crease I could hit, but on 1st and 10, I hit that outside, and as you can see, I get that first down and a little more. I want that end zone. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, we have a read option. He pitches me that ball, and I have so much open space, and as you can see, I break one tackle and still get up that field, and I will go, but I get shoestring tackle. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, I run right out of that backfield, and the quarterback just couldn't connect with me. I stay relentless throughout the whole game. On 1st and 10, I have a stretch, and I find a little crease, and I will hit it, and I will get up that field. I run him over and still get up that field and fight for more yards. Going into that next play on 1st and 10, we have a counter, and I hit that left outside. I outrun him because he cannot keep up with me, and I go on and score, and we will go on to win the game. Going into our next game against 3-1 South Florida, did not start well. I mean, he hit me and I didn't even have the ball and I got injured and I was out for some time. And when I got back on 2nd and 3, I started off relentless. I broke one tackle and then I break another tackle and I got back up that sideline with bad intentions and I will go all the way. And I got tired and fell at the 1-yard line. I wanted it too bad, but going into the next play on 1st and 10, I hit that hole and get up that field for 10 and I will get 10 every time. Going into the next play on 3rd and goal, I lay that boom on him and going for 6. As you can see, we're up 21-18 and now all we got to do is run that clock out and I get up that field with bad intentions. And as you can see, we end them the old-fashioned way. We're going to win the game and I end the game off of 17 carries, 133 yards, and 1 total TD. Into our next game against 3-2 Temple. Started off intense. I had an inside zone and I hit that hole and I juke and got up that field for a pretty big 19-yard rush. Temple strike first, but we're going to strike back with another touchdown. And I'm not here to play, but going into the next play on 2nd and 12, I see a big hole and I hit it and I will get up that field with bad intentions and I break a couple tackles and go up for a pretty big game. Derek Purdue Jr. is here and he is back as he hit this hole and he will outrun all of these Temple defenders and he will go all the way for 6 and he was fired up. Just when things were going good on 2nd and 3, I mean, I started running backwards and they were rallying that ball for a huge tackle for loss. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, you know I'm a downhill runner. I will run through you. Get out of my way and I'm going to run straight to that end zone. Going into the next play on 3rd and 3, I had a counter play and as you can see, I made him miss and I will hit that outside and I am dangerous when I hit that outside and I will go all the way for 6. On 1st and goal, you know who's punching it in. Derek Purdue Jr. with a touchdown, but we go on to win the game and I get player of the game with 26 carries, 268 yards, and 3 total TDs. On to our next game against 2-3 Charlotte was a pretty rough start. I mean, they forced us to a 3-and-out early on. Going into the next play on 2nd and 1, I bounce it outside and I mean, I throw him off of me and look at the balance. I stay in bounds and I juke back in and I get a pretty big gain of 14. On to the next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I bounce it outside again and I have 1 minute beat, but I want to run through him, but he brings me down to that ground. And he felt me, but going into the next play, I have broken the score rushing yard record with 1,371 yards and I was fired up. On to that next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I bounce it outside and I juke back inside and I break one tackle and I will go all the way for 6. Going into this next play on 3rd and 3, as you can see, Derek Purdue Jr. is in his mode and you will not take him out of it and he will go all the way down for 6 and I mean no one can catch him. Going into the next play on 2nd and 10, as you can see, he hit that hole, he jukes back outside and he breaks one tackle and he will go all the way and Derek Purdue Jr. is out here breaking all of the records. The icing on the cake on 1st and 10, I have a stretch play and these holes are opening up and I am making defenders miss and I will go to that touchdown again for another touchdown. But we going to win the game and I end the game off of 20 carries, 259 yards, and 5 total TDs. Into our next game against 1-5 Memphis. I mean, it started off intense. I came out of that backfield doing what I do special and catching that ball for a pretty big gain, and I was out there breaking tackles early for a 19-yard reception. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, I had an inside zone and I hit that hole and I'm just throwing defenders off me for that first down. Going into the next play on 2nd and 10, this is why you have strong calf muscles. You throw him off of you and you hit that outside and go all the way for 6. Going into the next play on 2nd and 13, Derek Purdue Jr. will hit that hole and he's going for 10 to 15 average every time he touched the ball. Going into the next play, he's starting to feel a little dangerous. On 2nd and 2, he hit that hole, but as he juke get up that field with bad intentions and he will go all the way for 6. If I was out there, I would be scared too. He is a hard runner, but on 2nd and 9, he is going to get that first down. And he is threat, but not also on the ground, but he's also a threat catching that ball out of that backfield as he break a tackle and go for a pretty big gain. As you can see, going into the next play on 3rd and 7, he catches that ball out of the backfield again and almost rolls in the end zone, but he was short. On 1st and goal, you know who's going to punch that ball in, Derek Purdue Jr. To the next play on 3rd and 4, as you can see, he catch that ball out of that backfield and he jukes up that field and tries to go for 6, but he gets tackled. We're going to win the game, and as you can see, I end the game off of 22 carries, 144 yards, and 2 total TDs. On to our next game against 5-2 SMU. I mean, it started off intense. On 1st and 10, as you can see, I broke a tackle, got back up that field, and I was fighting for that first down, and I did not get it. On to the next play on 2nd and 2, I had an inside zone, but he shoestringed me. But going down on that 1st and goal, you know who to get a ball to. Derek Purdue Jr. scored. Going to the next play on 2nd and 6, I catch that ball out of the backfield, and they bring me down. I'm going to stay relentless out of the whole game. On 1st and 10, I catch that ball out of that backfield, and I get a pretty big gain of 25. Going to the next play on 3rd and 3, we need to make something happen. Derek Purdue Jr. catches that ball out of the backfield and he outruns him with the speed that he has and turns on the jets and goes all the way for 6. That's when you thought he was finished. On 1st and 10, he hits that outside and he will break a tackle and hit that outside again and he will go all the way. Derek Purdue Jr. is always breaking records and he is the man. And on 3rd and goal, he puts the icing on the cake and ends the game. We're going to win the game, and I end the game off of 23 carries, 211 yards, and 3 total TDs. Going into our next game against 3-5 Rutgers, did not start off so well. I mean, they were rallying that ball. On 2nd and 6, I'm going to change that. I'm going to find a way to get to that first down. I don't care who you are. Derek Purdue Jr. will fight for yards. We're going into the next play on 1st and 10. As you can see, they are just rushing the pile and getting to me with bad intentions. Every time they get me, I strike back. On 4th inches, I catch the ball out of the backfield, but I get hit. Going into the next play on 3rd and 7, I have a screenplay, but he is coming down really hard to tackle me for a tackle for loss. Things are starting to heat up on 2nd and 4. I'm starting to find them holes and get them big gains from me and my team. Going into the next play on 3rd and 7, we have a screenplay, and I catch that ball, and I see nothing but that end zone, and I will outrun everybody to get in that end zone for 6. Do something, I do it big. I go back to back on 1st and 10. I will outrun this whole team, and I will hit that left sideline, and I see nothing but daylight, and I will go all the way for 6. I was fired up, but we're going to end them the old-fashioned way and nail the ball, but I end the game off for 27 carries, 276 yards, and 1 rushing TD. On to our next game against 4-6 Houston. Didn't start off so well. As you can see on 2nd and 6, I could not move that ball to that 1st down. They tackled me for a tackle for loss. On to the next play on 3rd and 7, I had a screen play and the quarterback just could not connect with me. On to the next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit that hole straight up the middle and it was wide open, and I will go all the way for 6. Derek Baduki Jr. is bad. I mean, just look at the hard running he had all night. On 1st and 10, he's making defenders miss, and he get to that 1st down with bad intentions, but they bring him down. And he's going to keep fighting for yards every down, but on 4th and 1, as you can see, he find a crease, and he almost breaks loose again, but they both bring him down. As you can see, he wants it bad, but going into the 1st and 10, he's juking and weaving in the holes. Oh my God, and he gets to that touchdown with bad intentions. This Houston defense is having trouble all night. On 1st and 10, I break again, and I got one man to beat to that touchdown, and I will beat him. They just don't know who Derek Baduki Jr. is, but going to 2nd and 10, I catch a pass out of the backfield, and as you can see, I was stiff arming for some yards. As you can see, we going to lose the game, and I end the game off of 23 carries, 260 yards, and 3 rushing TDs. Going into our next game against 10-1 Louisville, they were rallying that ball early on. On 1st and 10, they tackled me for a tackle for loss. As soon as you get me, I'm going to get you right back. On 2nd and 12, my teammate picked up this block for me, and I hit that right sideline, and I will go all the way for 6, and I'm fired up. Going into the next play on 2nd and 10, I have an inside zone. I bounce it back outside, and oh my God, I broke a tackle, and I hit that sideline, and I almost break again for another one, but I get pushed out. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, I have a halfback draw, and I'm going to make something out of nothing, bumping into my O-lineman. I'm going to get that 1st down. On 2nd and 14, I'm eating this defense alive. I juke. Oh my God, and get to that 1st down with bad intentions. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, doing what I do best, catching that ball out of that backfield. I get a pretty big gain of 27. On 1st and goal, Derek Baduki Jr. gets that ball for the touchdown. Going into the next play on 3rd and 2, I get a sweep play, and as you can see, I hit that outside, and I will be gone. As you can see, I'm trying to get up that field, but I get pushed out. Going into the next play on 3rd and goal, you know to get that ball to Derek Baduki Jr. with another touchdown. Going into that next play on 2nd and 5, as you can see, Derek Baduki Jr. lays that boom and gets that touchdown. 41-14, and to put the icing on the cake, Derek Baduki Jr. goes in with another touchdown to win the game, and I end the game off with 25 carries, 256 yards, and 4 total TDs. Derek Baduki Jr. has won Heisman 3 years in a row. As you can see, he has won the Robert Maxwell Award. He has also won the Walter Camp Award. Last but not least, he has won the Doak Walker Award. And after losing that one game, we have not made it to that conference championship game. Going into our next game against 11-1 USC, I mean, they were rallying that ball early on. I could not get up the field. Going into the next play on 1st and 10, I have a stretch, and I will outrun this defender and get to that 1st down with bad intentions. I juke, but they hit me and bring me down, and I got up like the man. Going into this next play on 1st and 10, as you can see, I hit that outside again. I juke back inside, and I will hit that sideline, and I almost break for a 6. I mean, I'm a dog, but going into the next play on 3rd and 10, as you can see, I know what I do special. Catch that ball in the backfield, and I'm breaking tackles and running through defenders. Going into the next play on 2nd and 4, I have another pass catching out of that backfield, and I try to go up and hurdle him, but he put me down. That wasn't very smart. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I run another route catch out of that backfield, and I dive in that end zone. On 2nd and 14, I'm going to keep that momentum up because we are down and we need a touchdown, and I try to go for 6. Going into the next play, and it's 21-21. I juke. I got to make some shake, get up that field with bad intentions, and I will go all the way, but he shoestrings me. But it's not over yet. On 1st and goal, I go in and take the ball in for the touchdown, but USC came back down to capitalize to win the game. I end the game off for 22 carries, 182 yards, and 2 rushing TDs. I feel like this season has changed Derek Baduki Jr. draft stock. Drop a comment down below if you think he's going to stay in Cincinnati or should he transfer from Cincinnati for his senior year of college football.